Hi everybody, Toby Milroy here again, Vice President for AMS, and today we're just kind of doing a quick overview on our student management module, how we track and manage and maintain our students. You know, we really spend a lot of time thinking about this here at Atlas headquarters. How we interact with our student lists inside of our application and what we do with them, how we interact with them, the user interface, these types of things. We spend a lot of time thinking about and working on that. And it's because as a school operator, you'll spend a fair amount of time using the student list, managing your students, looking at the progress of your students, looking for, getting their contact information, making sure you can see the history of your student, the progress that they've made, the dates that they've had rank examinations, things like this. And so we're on a quest and constantly are improving how we present this information to you to make it as simple as humanly possible, but also to not kind of skimp on the detail that you want. As you well know, in my schools, I want to know what's going on with my students. I want to know everything. I want to know what's happening. So I think you'll find this very interesting and very useful. The first thing I think to start off with here is let's just go to our student navigation item here on the left. If I just click students, this is just a shortcut to my student list. And one of the things that we've worked really, really hard on, and we've done a lot of thinking and a lot of study of how people use the application. One of the most common things that you're going to do inside the application is look for a group of students. Look for students who, for example, are taking the 330 Greenbelt class, or who are enrolled in my Taekwondo class versus my kickboxing class, those types of things. So we have these power filters here at the top of all of our student lists, where you can very easily just pop down this style item and say, okay, well, I want all the people who are in BJJ and who are in karate. And you just tick those items. It's multi-select. You can tick those items, and I have my 7 people here who are all in BJJ or karate, right? And then maybe I also want to know what program they're in. So let's say I was looking for people in my BJJ and karate program, but who are not yet in my black belt club. Maybe I want to find the people who are upgrade prospects, people who haven't yet ascended into their membership, or whatever the case might be. So maybe I just tick, I don't know, anything but black belt club, I guess, really. So let's do all programs except for the black belt club. Something like that. So it turns out that these 5 people of those 7 are not yet in my black belt club. So, we could print this list off, or we could export it, or whatever we want to do. We could easily tick this and send them all a quick email, or send them a quick text message, whatever the case might be, notifying them, hey, listen, we noticed that you haven't yet, joined our black belt program. Here are three reasons why you really might want to think about that, right? Obviously, we can do all that through our automation engine as well, but this is sort of a one-off. Maybe I was driving into the school today and I decided to record a video that does a good job of telling people about my black belt program and what it's all about, what the benefits are. Or maybe I just captured a parent testimonial last night of someone who is really loves our black belt program and says nice things about us. Well, we could easily and quickly kind of get that out to our list very, very quickly, right? So these power filters are very, very useful, very powerful, and you'll be seeing this expand dramatically over time as well. So we're really excited about this. So managing your students has never been easier. Slicing and dicing your lists, figuring out who is an A student or a B student or a C student, if they're eligible for testing or not eligible for testing, filter them by age, by their agreement type. Are they a regular agreement? Are they a trial? Do I have an SMS? Are they opted into my SMS messaging system? Whatever the case is. So we made it very easy to be able to manage the students in that way. Another piece that I think is really interesting and useful for you is we do have a student map here. This is a student population map. So if I click that, I'll get basically a big Google map of where my students live, right? If it goes and queries all of their addresses, and it finds on a Google map exactly where everybody is, and can kind of show you where your marketing maybe is weak, or where maybe it's strong. Or maybe there are neighborhoods that you have a lot of students coming from that perhaps you should be targeting more with your marketing message, whatever the case might be. Let's quickly kind of go back out to the dashboard here for just a moment. Again, as we're talking about managing our students, one of the critical components is managing their agreements, right? We want to make sure that agreements aren't ending without us knowing about it, or expiring, or whatever the case might be. And we give you very, very simple and granular detail on that. So you can tell I have 138 active agreements. I have 16 of these 138 that are ending soon, and that means within 30 days. I have a few that are expired, and obviously I'm working with test data here. And so let's say, for example, these ending soons. I've got these 16 agreements that are ending within the next 30 days. I can very quickly and easily just click that line, click that data item, and I get my 16 people. These are the 16 people who are coming up for renewal or who are expiring very quickly within the next 30 days. So again, I can quick action menu them. I can send them an email, send them a text message. I can export them. Maybe I want to send them all a letter or a piece of mail, whatever the case might be. So it gives me very quick and easy access to that list, so to speak, to those students. So never again, and one of the things that we're very focused on it with Atlas Martial Arts Software is you want to know where your students are. You want to know what their progress level is. You want to know if someone's getting close to falling through the cracks, or if they're just fine and on track with their training. So now, in addition, again, one of the things that we're very focused on is making Atlas Martial Arts Software flexible and able to handle schools of different types, different styles, multiple training floors, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So you'll see that you can configure Atlas Martial Arts Software to support any number of styles that you might be teaching in your school. You might have traditional karate and maybe kickboxing, or you might have Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai and MMA. You might have a knife fighting program along with your traditional martial art, whatever the case might be. So we fully support multiple styles, really an infinite number of styles, frankly. We don't have any limitation on that. We also support multiple ranks within those styles. So, for example, maybe your karate program has one set of belt ranks, and your jiu-jitsu program might have another, or vice versa. So you can configure, sort, slice, and dice your styles and ranks as much as you really want to. We also support unlimited programs, classes, and teams. So, for example, you might have a basic program and then a black belt club and then a master's club, or maybe a leadership team, whatever the case might be. And we support multiple levels of that, as many as you want per style. So you could have completely different programs for your traditional martial arts students as you do for your kickboxers, and that's totally fine. We support all of that, and it makes it very easy to set up inside of Atlas Martial Arts Software. Also, teams. So teams are basically things like your demo team, or perhaps a leadership team if you want that to be a separate program. Programs tend to be related to enrollment, meaning it tends to be related to the agreement that a student is on. Teams tend to be more extracurricular, so to speak, although many schools use them interchangeably. Perhaps a team could be a demonstration team, or a sparring team, or a competition team, or whatever the case might be. But either way, we give you the tool to be able to really identify these groups of students very robustly and very simply. So that's a quick overview of that. And just a quick side note, by the way, we also make it very, very simple and easy to assign people to these various teams. So, for example, let's say, just as an example, I wanted to take number 1, 2, 3 test here, and Maria Almodovar, and those two students just joined my, demo team. So I could quickly go to my group action, go to assign a team, and I could click demo team 1, and it's just going to confirm that I want to do that. I'm going to say yes, and bam, they're now both assigned to that demo team 1, and now any report that I run, any filter that I filter, they're going to show up on that list now. So again, it's very, very simple to assign, remove, add teams, change teams, modify teams. We've made it so easy to do this. This used to be, in other software applications that I've used in our industry and outside of our industry, it was just so painful to deal with these multiple permutations of style, rank, belt, team, and we've really made it very simple, but still very robust for a school operator to run the school the way you want to, rather than having to run the way the software runs, right? So I think that's very useful for you. Next, let's take a look at the student profile here, just for a quick minute here to sort of show you how that works. This is quickly a student profile. There's actually a really cool feature of the student profile that you want to notice here. You see that this little header image, again, this is test data, so you kind of have to forgive me on that, but you see this header image is kind of cold, right? It's icy and snowy, and it says MIA. This student has not been to class in the last 2 weeks. That's why it's sort of icy and snowy. If a student has been is a C student, this is somewhat brighter. If they're a B student, it's a little bit brighter, and if it's an A student, it's like a nice sunny clear day. So you can quickly see by the header image on their profile what their student rating is, which is kind of a cool little feature. Also, what we've done is we've put the most critical information, the information that schools tend to use the most, front and center right on their profile. So you're going to get their emergency contacts right away. You're going to get their email address, text message, cell phone number, mobile number, address, gender, birth date, all this stuff right at the top of their profile. You're also going to see their authorized pickup and health details if you have any medical issues that you need to know of, the classes, teams, and programs that they're a member of, any agreements that they're part of, and their ranks and styles. And again, this is test data, so this particular student looks like he's in 4 different styles, so that's probably not going to be the case in your school, but that's why he has 4 different agreements here. Also, we have a kind of a robust little note application. You can toggle through your notes forward and backward here if you keep notes on your students. You can also view all the notes if you want to. If for some reason you want to see all the notes historically for that student, we give you a little timeline of their notes here as well. Another really kind of powerful feature here is we give you, we want to make it very, very quick, simple, and easy to take actions with your students. And one thing that you very frequently want to do is communicate with them, all right? So we have quick action buttons. You see these little blue buttons. Anytime it's blue, you'll see that you can tick that, and you have access to that feature. So for example, this student, Test CC, has a cell phone number here. I can just click that little message button and I can fire them off a quick text message in like 2 seconds. So it's a very cool little feature. The same applies with an email address. If this student would have had an email address here, I could click that little email button and it would pop up my little email modal just like this, and I could send him an email just literally in 2 seconds. So very quick actions on students. Another feature that's really kind of interesting and pretty powerful is called the timeline. If you look at this little list button alongside of the student name, if you click that, this gives you a timeline of the things that have happened in the student's career. So, for example, this is when on 5/5, this agreement was created. On 5/5, a little earlier in the day, this agreement was created. He was promoted back on 4/28 from rank 3 to rank 4. He was promoted on the 26th in ATA Taekwondo. He was, let's see, we have a couple of other, we made an appointment. He scheduled an intro appointment back on 4/11, et cetera, et cetera. So this is sort of a really cool timeline feature for that student that gives you sort of quick access to the things that have happened with that student, the ability to sort of track back where he's been. So next is sort of, if you scroll down here, you get a good sense of what's important to you in the school. You've got their agreement history, you have their student information, their authorized pickup, all this sort of information, their styles and ranks, the classes that they're assigned to, programs, any pro shop sales that they've made. And something that we've done that's really interesting with Atlas Martial Arts software is we've given you customizability here. So let's say I don't really need to see the agreement section up front. I want to see maybe their student information. I want that to be the first thing I see when I scroll down their profile. So I can just go to Group Actions here and move up that selected tab, and now that's at the top. So now maybe I want to see, I don't know, his ranks next. So let's move that up. Okay, so now I see his student information first and his rank second, right? So you can kind of move and shuffle this stuff around so that when you go to your students in your particular system, you see them the way you want to. So again, very kind of cool and powerful way to look at your students. Again, our objective here is to make managing your student body very simple, very quick, but also very robust and very meaningful. So I hope that all that's useful for you. If you have any questions about Atlas Martial Arts software and how it might be able to help you, not just save time, but really be able to invest your time more wisely. To stop working quite so hard and start working a little smarter. Please click the button on the page, and we'll be happy to show you an absolutely no obligation free demonstration of Atlas Martial Arts software and see how it really might help you in your school. So, I really don't want you to take my word for it. I believe that Atlas Martial Arts software is really going to save you some time and really going to help you make more money, create more new students, and really focus on what's most important in your school. But again, I don't want you to take my word for it. You really had to see this for yourself. So I'm willing and happy to sort of shamelessly bribe you to take a look at Atlas Martial Arts software, see what it's all about, see if it's something that you believe can really help you grow your school. I'm absolutely certain and convinced that that not only will it help you save a ton of time, but it's really going to help you find opportunity in your school. It's really going to help you identify the gaps that you might be having in your school right now that you just can't quite see. It's also going to help you solve those gaps. So what I'd recommend is that you scroll down on this page or click the blue button and request a free demonstration of Atlas Martial Arts software. In addition to taking a look at Atlas Martial Arts software, I'm going to send you 6 more free gifts. Number one is I'm going to send you 3 free videos. Number one, I'm going to send you the 7 keys to breakthrough performance in your martial arts school. This is a recording of a very high-level presentation with multi-million-dollar-a-year schools in attendance that I really think you're going to benefit from, and I really think that will help you take a look at your school in a new way and give you the ability to see where your school has the most growth opportunity and potential and really help maximize that. So I'll send you those 3 videos absolutely free. I'll also send you 3 free reports. Report number 1 is called the Ultimate Martial Arts Management System. This has helped hundreds of school operators all over the country take a look at the internal systems that are running in their school and learning how to optimize, find gaps and optimize those systems so that your school can run, whether you're physically in the location or not, but that can run on a systematic, replicatable basis. So I think that you really enjoy that. So I really hope that you'll do that. I hope that you'll request those 7 free gifts, a free demonstration of Atlas Martial Arts software. One of my team members here in Florida will take you through the application, answer any questions that you might have. And at the same time, they're going to give you some real clear insight into the current level of performance of your school and where there might be areas of opportunity that we can help you immediately build and grow your current location. And also these other 6 free bonuses. So please scroll down the page, click the blue button, request those free resources. I'll get those out to you right away. Take a look at Atlas Martial Arts software and let us know if you think this is something that can really help you grow your school. So I hope you'll do that. Take me up on that offer, and I'll speak to you really soon.